Okay, Kiz here. And I thought this time, no, this time it's different. It's really different. I say a lot of crazy things. And sometimes I really mean what I'm going to say. Sometimes, though, I feel it's just emotional. I'm not exactly apologizing for this. It's just, you know, I feel frustrated with what I see online. I really do a lot of the times. Sometimes it's not personal. It's very ideological. And when I hear things like, oh, this guy's a broken record. Oh, why hasn't somebody blocked him already? I don't care. I don't care because, well, in reality, maybe I'm a little, let me see if I can get this word right, misanthropic. Because sometimes I feel a little disgusted with this world. And the way the arguments are framed. I am social conservative. I don't even know. You know, I say that, but I feel embarrassed how liberal I am. And how liberal I feel, at least, with people I talk to online. Sometimes I actually feel ashamed of how absolutely freaking batshit leftist I really am. Oh, now, economically, and a number of social issues related to economics, like healthcare, environmentalism, certain things, I feel a little bit guilty, but I feel it's a necessary evil. I'm a futurist. You know, I think that, you know, you just can't low sell the common good. At least when it comes to individualism and people. You know, I would be a libertarian if I thought that worked. But in a modern society, I think you'd run yourself to death. And it's completely unfair to those that are disadvantaged. But socially, when we're talking about race, when we're talking about gender, when we're talking about sexuality, I can't help but feel that society has made a left turn somewhere. And there's things like social capital that do matter. Social capital and scarcity. And all this progressive, neo-progressive leftist stuff is errors. I mean, what do I know? I'm a high school dropout. You know, I probably got so many issues. You know, you could armchair psychologist I could armchair psychologist my own self and say what I feel. But now, what exactly am I talking about? Okay. Kizzume Fowler, who I've been sub to a long time, was nice enough not to mention my name. I don't care. He apparently blocked me. I hope he gets this video. I don't know if he will or not. You know, I don't get any views anymore. Oh well. You know, you get what you put into it. And what you got to work with, to be honest, you know. Not much. And you know, that would make me upset. Except, you know, I'm kind of angry with the people talking to him. But, you know, I'm not really angry with him at all. I can't really blame the guy. The guy's a homosexual. You know, for my ideology, he's got no... I have a theory of that even in socially progressive things, or, well, let me see if I can get the words right. In the idea of positive rights, you know, the rights the government gives to you, you need to give people a basic ledge to stand on. You know, my personal opinion is that basically, I don't think race matters, but culture does. But, you know, it's a straight white male world, at least in America. Now, of course, there's a whole range of problems with that. And I acknowledge that. Matter of fact, I acknowledge a lot of social progressive ideas. But, you know, I can't help but feel that when people who mere talking points from leftists and most honestly probably academic socialists, without really understanding the nuance of the left-right dynamic and the whole interplay of various concepts and of ideas, well, I don't think of them as sheeple, but I do absorb a lot of right-wing ideas from people that are otherwise left-wing, or atheists at least, you know. And I just can't feel sorry about that because I identify and agree with that. And it's like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I don't know. I'm just not sure. I am sure. I can't be sure. I'm not an academic, you know, genius. You know, I'm not some great frigging, you know, cultural reformer. But as a human being, I hear things that I hear, and it's like, no, this doesn't resonate with me. This does. I don't resonate with economic conservative ideas, probably because I'm poor, fat, and stupid. What can you do? But, you know, on social issues, some things just seem like I don't know. It doesn't seem like either it's a confirmation bias on my part, which is really hard to buy, or somebody's spewing bullshit. And it really seems like with a subjective view of life, you know, that people have nowadays, and how there's really no fixed point of reference, that an objective morality is probably errors, but sometimes, to be honest, it just feels right. So, how can I apologize for that? And frankly, how can I be mad about it? You know, one could be right as the other. But is it always right to be left? Doesn't seem like it to me. unless you want to just have some kind of meritocracy of ideological values, meritocracy of intellect, meritocracy of social norms, one way or the other. What kind of ideologue are you, and how you base reality and how you base values from that? I mean, that sounds kind of more objective and authoritarian than any kind of subjective morality and free thinking to me. You know, because it sounds like you're stuck in the paradigm of, well, the establishment is the far right authoritarianism, and that's just, everything else is just not, you know, and it's like, no, you know, it's just not that way. And, you know, and it's like everybody has this need for instant appeasement. Everybody wants it their way. You know, it's Burger King culture now. Everybody has to have everything so defined for their instant gratification. You know, oh, that's unpleasant, I'm blocking you. Oh, that's unpleasant, I'm not going to agree to that. Oh, I'm just going to bitch you out, you know. Well, since cyberbullying came on the thing, now it's like people don't pwn you anymore. They just do the polite Japanese thing and just save face and ignore you, you know. Talk to the hand. You don't even see the hand. You don't get the hand. You know, whatever. And, you know, there's people that, you know, I just politely sidestep too, you know. Don't know, don't care, don't want to know. Can't really blame you for that either. But now let's talk about armchair psychology and mental health. You know, so Bucky blew it, huh? No, see, Kizzume, and this is directly to you, how can I put this? No. I'm not going to get adversarial with you because you blocked me or something. No, I like you. What the hell? You know, I don't care. Maybe we should go our separate ways. You know, kind of stings a little bit, but it's just YouTube. But I am doing this video for you specifically. Okay, maybe it'll give you something to understand. If anything else, maybe it'll help you. So maybe it's good that I just express myself in that way. I have had a lot of doubts about you. And I didn't know how to broach it because it wasn't a matter of disliking you. And it wasn't because you freaking got a lisp once in a while. Hell, I stood with you when you went through the purple phase. Don't give me that shit. You know? Okay, so you're a big friggin' gay Bob. What's you when you made out with your friggin' boyfriend? Don't call me a fucking homophobe, motherfucker. You know? Yeah, really. No, but I saw more in your videos and in the personal relationship than I really cared about in your sexuality. I mean it when I have a problem with the politics more than the sex. The sex is like, ew. And personally, I kind of think, oh, something's wrong. But that wasn't about that. With things you said. And this is where I might have the flaw. And I admit it. You know, I'm being honest. If you're ever going to see this, I don't really know. You know, it always weirded me out how you talked about your brother. Do you really even have a brother? Are you talking about yourself? I don't know you. I mean, sure, you take someone at their face value, but in psychology, it's like since I'm in the armchair, it's like, wait a minute, we're only seeing what the camera shows us. And it's like, wait a minute, this guy really got a brother? He's talking about himself? He obviously has issues, I guess. I have issues, I know. But, I mean, I could look at Jenny McDermott, for example, and go, oh my God, she's crazy. You see? Because people disagree. How do you... Judging someone's mental health online is like judging someone's height online. Physical height. You think you know, but it could be vastly deceiving. And yet, like anybody who interacts with somebody, you get an impression of things. And what I was kind of hinting at was, besides your brother thing, which you probably just have a brother and I'm just being spacey and paranoid and tweaky. Fine. But, I was a little concerned. Beyond the screen. Just interested. Here's a person I kind of, I could talk to in real life. Associate with. Carry on a social relationship with. I guess not now, but, boom, oh well. It's just really sad, I think, to be honest. Especially with you, because you almost had me friend you on Facebook. I thought about it too. But I thought, you never know. I knew me. I was just going to say something and freaking blow it, Yeah, I don't. But, that was a real worry, a real concern. So, but, and, the fact that, people are saying no thank you to me is, for myself, a real concern also, because obviously maybe I'm not doing something right here. Kind of embarrassing, at least. A little worrisome, too, to be honest. But I think I am actually valid, I hope, and saying what I thought, at least, was a point of concern beyond just being a yes man and a no man and a freaking echo chamber for somebody, which has gotten me into hot water before because I've said things to people who just, no, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear you anymore. You're someone who is troublesome. You're somebody who doesn't have my best intentions at heart. I don't appreciate what you're saying, and frankly, we don't want anything to do with you. It happens. I guess, well, hopefully, I haven't seen it happen to other people, although you hear it once in a while. But, like I said, I guess it worries me that it kind of happens to me. But what we were talking about, okay, I'm just going to say it, and this isn't to be insultive or rude or judgmental, or I guess it is being an armchair psychologist because I can't avoid that charge. But, your mental health, you mentioned you were been on medication. I've been on medication. I was mistakenly diagnosed to take clonazepam for 5 years, and I don't really think I needed it, but I was certainly flying high at the beginning, freaking about 5 years into my freaking YouTube career, you know, and I'll never go back to that crap again. I don't even know why that crap's on the market, to be honest. So maybe it is me reflecting. I can accept that. But I had heard about something called the downward spiral. And what I read was that when somebody has trouble with their medication or stops their medication, but they really do need medication, somebody with psychiatric issues, mild or major, whatever, somebody who's on medication for mental health issues, either they scale down or they just get their medications interrupted because of our faulty healthcare system. What happens is a downward spiral. What happens there, and I explained this to you, Kizzume, and I guess you didn't want to hear it, or me anymore, was that with the downward spiral, once that medication is interrupted, it makes you feel bad because it's interrupted.